it's me, Stacy, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple with another YouTube mini class for you today. Now we are on YouTube number 92, rapidly approaching YouTube number 100. Yay! Who would have ever thought? Not me. And I tell people when they come into the store who say they watch my YouTubes, I say, oh, you can go back from the beginning and you can see the evolution of my hair from really long to really short to in between. Mary Lynn and I have a hair appointment in a few weeks. I don't know, should I take it shorter or my husband wants me to let it grow long, but I don't know, that's a lot of work. Men don't appreciate how hard it is to have long hair. Anyway, we are on YouTube number 92 and we are going to be working with gelatos today. Now, I know there's a lot of YouTubes on gelatos and I haven't watched any of them because I try not to watch other people's YouTubes, because then I don't want it to affect me. I just want to be me. And if I look at somebody else's and go, oh, that's so much better than what I do, then I critique and I don't want to do that. So some of this may be a repeat. Some of it may be brand new to you. Stay with me. Enjoy it all. I'm going to try and keep gelatos in a simple form as opposed to some of what's out there with gesso and mixed media and canvas. I'm going to try and keep it in a little bit simpler form, a little more user-friendly for the masses. And I hope you like it. I'm also going to be using product from Hot Off the Press because they have new Color Me card toppers. And if you recall in one of my YouTubes, I've used the Color Me card toppers with the Viva Decor Stemple paint and it was beautiful. Well, it's equally beautiful in gelatos, just a completely different look. So I hope you like that too. We do have Winner Winner Chicken Dinner from the last YouTube, and I have got two winners. I'm very excited for you. I have, let's see. If you are, drum roll, if you are West Coast Scrapper RN, so I'm assuming you're a registered nurse. If you are West Coast Scrapper RN, congratulations, you have won Yummies from Scrapbooking Made Simple from our last YouTube. Congratulations, my dear. I'm very, very excited for you. Now, if you are Susan Hartoon, Susan, you also are Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. Congratulations. How are you going to claim your prizes? You are going to email us at asksms@earthlink.net and you are going to say, Naomi, I am a YouTube winner, and include your name, your address, email, of course. Since you're emailing us, we'll have your email address just in case we have questions. But quite frequently we get so many people who send us emails that say, oh my gosh, I've won. I've never won anything in my entire life. I was jumping up and down. Thank you. With no other information. Who are you? We're happy for you, we are, but who are you? So name and address would be perfect. That would be fabulous in saying that you're a YouTube winner. Now, do you want to win on YouTube? You can. All you have to do is watch this YouTube all the way to the end and then go post your comment. You can say everything from, hey Stacy, to say hi to the SMS girls, to it's still snowing here back east. We're not out of the snow yet, even though it's going to be 85 here in Southern California, to, hey, that die against your back wall. Which one is that one? So post your comment, and on our next YouTube, we will pick winners from this YouTube. Okay? Easy to do, and it's a random generator, so it picks who it picks. You never know. It could be your lucky day. I think that's it for announcements today. I really want to get started because this is a really fun technique, and I'm looking forward to it all. Okay? Down we go. Bye. Alrighty. How's that? That look pretty good? Looks pretty good to me. Okay, so what I have for you right now is a card topper. And this is one of the new Hot Off the Press card toppers. Oops, sirens. Well, I'm a little late getting to this YouTube today because our next door neighbor, their alarm went off and it was so loud there was no way I could do any kind of YouTube until it was turned off. But anyway, this is a card topper from Hot Off the Press. And what it is a pre-embossed card. So all the black is pre-embossed on it. And it acts as a resist, and that's what I'm going to show you with the gelatos. Well, I'm going to show you a couple different techniques, but this is one of the things we're going to do. Now, can you see how that's shiny? That card topper is it's like you stamped it yourself, threw your embossing powder down on it, heated it up, and everything that is now colored would be left white. And this black acts as a resist against the gelatos, and it's very cool. Now the gelatos come in 2 sizes. This is the original size of the gelato, and it's cute. It is, but it's small. This is the new double scoop. You can still get them in the small sizes, but this is the new double scoop gelato, and you get over twice as much for like less than $1 more. These retail for, I believe, $4.95, and yes, of course, they'll be on a YouTube Yummy. Whereas these, I think, were $3.95. And I mean, the value is obvious. If you can, you want to get the double scoops because they're going to last you a whole lot longer. And there's either 16 or 18 colors in the double scoops, including metallics, which are beautiful. And some of them have sheen to them, some of them are matte color. But what is a gelato? It is almost like a crayon. It's a water-based crayon that works on almost anything. They're very fun to use. They're very easy to use. They're low maintenance and low mess, which I like a lot. And you just push it up like you would your chapstick when you need to use it. And they rub on beautifully. I can't wait to show you all the different things you can do with them. But it is very much like a crayon. Some people said when they saw it, it looked like a glue stick. So if you see these, no, it's not a glue stick, it's a gelato. And it's a double scoop gelato because it's twice as big, and it's like a crayon. And that's how we're gonna use it today. Very, very simply. That way, everybody will be able to do everything I am doing today. It's going to be that easy peasy for you. Now, as I was mentioning, you can do the card topper. See, there it is done. Here it is blank. You can stamp with your gelatos. You can paint with your gelatos. I've got a little bit of water and a paintbrush. I have got a stamp over here. I've got a mini mister because you're going to want to have a mini mister when you're using gelatos. And if you can believe it, you are going to want to have baby wipes. Yes, baby wipes. Now, when I show you this, you're gonna say, oh, maybe I could use a paper towel. Trust me, been there, done that. Just go buy the most inexpensive baby wipes you can get your hands on. And I like the scented free because the smell gets a little bit much for me. But just go buy some inexpensive baby wipes and you will be glad you did. Now, the first thing I wanna do is I wanna stamp with the gelatos because I know a lot of people out there, a lot of stampers out there, enjoy stamping with the gelatos, but maybe you've never seen it before. And it's very easy to do. The colors are meant to blend. You can use the colors singly and just paint on a color or just add one color and stamp with it. But really the beauty of them, very much like a pan pastel or a Copic, is that they like to blend. So I am going to take my gelato here, and I've got my yellow. I don't know what they call this one, probably canary or... Nope, just lemon. That's good. Lemon's easy to remember. I've got my lemon gelato, of course, because it's gelato. Named after ice cream. Well, gelato's really not ice cream, I don't think, but... All right, so I'm putting my crayon right on here. And I've just colored my stamp. Now, I want to blend my colors a little bit. So I'm going to take another one of my gelatos, a blue. And I'm going to go right over the top of that yellow. Now the beauty of gelatos is that you cannot cross-contaminate. I've got a little bit of blue on there. I take that baby wipe I told you about, and my blue is now gone. You can't cross-contaminate. It makes it so easy to use. So I've added a little bit of blue on there, which has now turned my yellow into a green. The important thing to know about using the gelatos when you're stamping is, yes, you could stamp straight down without getting it misted. And let me show you. So I'm just gonna place my, I've got a Kaiser Craft texture stamp here. And wow, those were wildly popular in the YouTube we did. Gosh, those were amazingly popular. So we're gonna put them back on a YouTube Yummy because for $2.99 and $3.99, oh my gosh, they're the best stamps ever for making backgrounds. Okay, so I pressed pretty good, and if you want a very muted look, that's what you would do. That's what happens when you put the gelato straight on the stamp with no water. Now let me add a little bit more yellow because I used some of it when I did that one. And a little bit more blue. And I'm just randomly putting it. I'm willy-nilly here and there. This time I'm going to take my mini mister. And any mister will do. You want it to be a fine mist. And I'm going to mist up my, my stamp. And not a lot. There, 2 sprays, done. I know, I'm the hairspray queen. I want to spray and spray and spray. Me and Aquanet. Okay, that just showed my age, didn't it? All right, this time I'm gonna put it down, and I had my stamp misted, so it had a little bit of wet to it. Give a good press. Remember, we're not doing chest compressions. We're just giving nice, good, all over pressure. I'm on my gushy stamp mat, which gives the stamp something to sink into, and poof. Now I've got a darker. So without any mist on it, and maybe you really want a very light background with some mist on it. And now I'm gonna do it one more time, and this time I'm really gonna get it wet. So put some more gelato on there. Now you could have used this to color your beautiful floral stamps, because of course you have control where you put the color. Let's get it misted really good. Ooh, 3. I did 3. Ooh. Let's put it down. And now I've got it pretty wet. Give a good pressure. And pull up. And then it's even darker than the last one. Very easy to do, and you can see how the colors have blended. With that water, they've melted into each other, and they've made new colors, which adds beautiful dimension to your project. Absolutely beautiful. I did one here with the oranges and the, well, actually I used these 2 colors. I used melon and I used lemon, and they came out just beautiful. The idea is that you take the 2 or 3 or 4 colors and you blend them to make new colors. Here's one with the same 2 colors I just did, but I kept the colors very separated from each other. I didn't put them right on top of each other as I did with this one, where the colors are now blended. Can you see the difference? Exact same color combination, totally same color combination, just I didn't run the colors over the top of the yellows. I kept them more true. So it's up to you what you want to do with the gelatos, if you want them to be a blend or if you want them to be more true to color. But did you see how easy that was? The key is having a little bit of a mini mister. And it really doesn't matter. I know Sucadico makes a mini mister, Ranger makes a mini mister. Whatever mini mister you have, you want to use a mini mister. You don't want one that sprays so much. You just want a nice fine mist. And the more water you use, the more watercolory of an effect it's going to be. Now I've already stamped with this one. Let's just get it wet again. I'm not going to put any more gelato on it. And I got it really wet. It's soaking wet. Put it down and let's see what we get. Give a good press. And, oh yeah, very watercolory. Kind of smeary, very watercolory. And if that's the look you're going for, you want to add a lot of water. Entirely up to you. Here without the blends, here with the blends, here a lot of water. Very watercolory, soft, pastel-y type of look. It's all up to you and how you want your project to look. But I love the background stamps, the textured stamps from Kaisercraft. They're really just lovely and they go a long way. And for the $2.99 or $3.99, my gosh, it gives you a great selection for your arsenal. And to clean up your gelato, it's just a wet wipey. That's all it is, and it comes right off. So that's stamping with the gelato. Really simple to do. Very, very, very easy. I want to paint with the gelato really quickly for you too. And this time I'm gonna work on a flower. I've got a white rose here. I'm gonna take my gelato and I guess we can use the purple. I'm gonna go in and straight to the flower. Straight to the flower. I'm putting my color. And I don't know, should we add another color? I don't know what the yellow will look like, but let's go ahead and clean. So I've got a little bit of blue on my yellow gelato. Just wipe it right off. That's how you clean them up. Let's add a little bit of yellow just to see what happens. Not sure this is going to work out too pretty, but you never know, right? It's just a white flower. It's only paper. Then I'm going to take my paintbrush. A basic paintbrush. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a paintbrush. Inexpensive works just fine for this. I'm going to dip it in a little bit of water. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to paint. I'm going to get those gelatos wet. And I'm going to move that color. I'm going to just move my color. This allows you to make any white flower any color you want. So you know you can do that with your pan pastels. Now you can do that with your gelatos, and it's a lot easier than misting it. Just going to add some water. Now you will have to let your flower dry for a minute or two because it's going to be a little wet. But you can see how the gelatos move with water. They almost make, it's a beautiful watercolor effect. And for your flowers, when you need a flower in a certain color, you don't want to go buy a whole pack of flowers. You just want to make a couple flowers in a certain color. This is a great way of doing it. If I want a little more color, just go in, add a little more color to my flower, little water, and you will see how that color just melts. Do you see how that just melts into just a little bit of painting happiness? So I could go on and on and on and on and just paint. I did a couple here with the melon and the yellow. And that's all I did was just go in there and paint. And I did one with the blue and the purple. So you can see that the gelatos really are meant to move with water and they're meant to blend. And it's that simple. I really did just take my crayon grab another color and go right over the top. So that's what it looks like, but now I'm going to add some water to it. So I'm going to go from that and with the water, the color just melts right into each other and blends right out. And because you can blend the colors, you can make them any shade you want. Now the one I just used is metallic mint, and it has a metallic sheen on it. So this flower is going to end up with a beautiful little metallic sheen all over it. And you just paint. It's very easy to do. The only thing I have to tell you is you do have to let your flowers dry for a few minutes. You do want to let them dry. But once they're done, they're just happy. Beautiful. And then you're not buying a whole bunch of different colored flowers that you may never use. Stick with the white and color them yourself. You can do this. So much easier. Love it. So that's painting with gelatos. So far we have stamped with our gelatos. Stamped with them. And we've painted with them. Now I'm going to get into the hot off the press product because I really love the product. They have what's called card toppers, and these are part of the Color Me collection. And let me just pull up a sample. You've seen them before. They come packaged like this. They have some brand new sets that were just released at CHA. They are $4.99, and inside every pack you get 2 of 3 different card toppers. So you would get 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 2 of that one, and you get 2 sentiment cards. One that already has sentiments on it, and one where the shapes are left inside blank so you could stamp your own sentiment. All for $4.99. It is a value. Now, we've shown how you can color these with Stemple paint. You can color them with dewdrop ink. You need to be a little careful with blending on that. You don't want to put the dewdrop straight to it because what happens is it leaves the line. But with the gelatos, oh my gosh, easy peasy. So I'm going to start with, I guess maybe I'll start with the yellow. And I have got a baby wipe right next to me. Now I'm just going to kind of rub it right over the top. Rub it right over the top. And you can see I've got the yellow on the black. That black is going to act as a resist. And what I mean by resist is that the gelato isn't going to stick to it. And when I take my baby wipe and move my baby wipe, that gelato is going to blend into the white areas to fill it with color. Okay, you ready? Ooh! Oh! I had such a good time with these. People were just, oh my gosh. Now I've picked up another color of gelato. And I'm going to go into my yellow and down. And you can see it's not pretty. I'm not coloring beautiful. I'm just getting that color on there. Then I'm going to take my baby wipe, the same baby wipe I used, and I'm going to blend that into my yellow. Ooh! Can you see the gradation? Now let's take, something very vibrant. Let's take the blue because it's really vibrant. And I'm going to put some blue around and get some blue on. The blue goes a long way. A little blue goes a long way. I'm going to take the same baby wipe and I'm going to mix that blue in. And poof. It's done. That's how you use the gelatos. Oh my gosh, with a pre-resist. So if you've got your own stamp that has a lot of resist to it, you could stamp yourself, throw some embossing powder down, and then do the exact same thing with the gelatos. Super easy. Let's pull another one. Do another one real quick. Now on this, you know what, maybe we'll pull this one. On this one, there's a lot of white paper here, and the white paper does not have any of the resist. So you need to be careful when you're using one that has a lot of white paper. The gelato needs to stay on the resist to be able to move smoothly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put some gelato straight on the paper. Okay, so I put some straight on the paper where there's no resist. Then I'm going to take my wipey and you will see it does not move as nice and it leaves that original little line there, and that's not what I want. So if you're using one of the card toppers that has a little less of the resist and more white around it, that's easy to do. You just take your wet wipe again and you go straight from your wet wipe right onto your card. And that way you have more control. I've got a lot of yellow in this one. But you can go straight from your wet wipe from your gelato to your wet wipe to your card, so you have more control. You can also go in there and put some color here and put some color here and put some color here and maybe a little bit more there. I'm gonna get a new wet wipe because that one's got a lot of blue on it. So I've got a little bit of color all over, and because I'm working mainly on the resist, I'm just gonna blend it all into each other. How easy was that? Now, I personally would take this and fussy cut this out, but that's me. But how beautiful is that? That's because I'm working on that black resist. And it doesn't matter if the resist is black, if the resist is gold. This is a gold card topper that they did. This is a Christmas one. It doesn't matter what color the resist is, just so long as there's a resist there. Just so long as there's a resist. And then, like, I could take this one straight to the top. I could, because there's a lot of resist there. And take my wet wipe and go in there and color it away. So you have options. You can either put the gelato onto a wipey and then go in and start to color. Or you could take the gelato straight to the paper and color. The option is yours. They make it that simple to use these. And again, I know that there's YouTubes out there, gelatos, there's so much that can be done with them. You can take a product called gesso, which is a priming medium, and you can go over canvas and you can go over paper, and the gelatos, it acts as pretty much a resistor. It lets the gelatos move. I'm trying to show you things that you can do every day without maybe getting into some product that you're not overly familiar with. And maybe we'll do a gesso gelato YouTube later on. But I wanted to show you how fun the cards are, how easy the cards are, how quick you can have them done. And yes, we made samples for scrapbookers with these cards. I'm just gonna go in there and I'm just randomly putting color. I just randomly put color down and finished it off. It's that done. This is great for kids. This is great for church projects and seniors because it's no fuss, no muss. It's a crayon, a watercolor crayon, I guess is what you would want to call it, and a wet wipe. And then you just mount this onto your card base or your scrapbook page and you're done. Now, again, there are some that, are a little more detailed. And for that, you may want to go ahead and use a paintbrush to go in there and color. And you absolutely can. You just pick the color you like, get your gelato wet with your paintbrush, pick up some color, and then you can go in there and be specific about where you want to put your color. You absolutely can. And you just paint with them, and because they move so easy, you could be painting your stamps with them. You could stamp your images and go in. Gosh, it really is just very easy. Right over the top. So if you need to be more precise, if you're that kind of girl or guy, use your paintbrush. If you're willing to let it fly by the seat of your pants, use your wet wipey. So I'm going to put some here, and I'm going to put some here, and maybe some here. And I'm going to take my wet wipe, so I have put orange in the middle. I have put the melon and the lemon all around my little flower. And I'm just going to go in and blend it out. Crazy done. Fast and simple and easy. And you can do the same things with the sentiments. So remember I told you that in each pack for $4.99 you get a sentiment card. One that has all these shapes that have the resist on them but are empty in the center, waiting for you to stamp something or put a peel off or whatever it is that makes you happy. Or they've given you a sentiment card that has some sentiments all ready to go, where all you have to do is cut them out and put them down. So get well soon and thinking of you and thank you and just because. And yes, you can do them the exact same way. So let's put a little bit of... Now because you're going to cut these out, you're good to go and get it all the way around them. No big deal. Well, we'll use another clean one. And I'm just gonna wipe that all the way around. Just to color it super fast. Just to color it super fast. Crazy simple. Now you do have to let your cards dry, I will tell you. You can't continually go over and over and over because it will get a little wet and you'll start taking the paper and you'll start balling it up. I mean, you are putting water to paper, so you need to be a little careful with that. But once it's dry, if you want to add more color to it, if you want to add more dimension to it, let's say I wanted this one to have a deeper color. Let's say now it's dry, and I wanted that U to have a more purple to it. I can go back on top and add more color. Now that it's dry. And I added more color. But you need to let it dry. So if you're going to go back and add more color, do your first coat, set it aside for a few minutes, come back and then add more color. And once it's down and dry, it's set. These are not going to move anywhere. You can't get them back off. Once they're done, they're done. Fun, easy. I love simple projects. I love something that is universally friendly to everybody, whether you're a beginning crafter or you have been crafting for years and years and years. I just love that you can go in and without a whole lot of, well, you know what, I'm going to do this one straight from here. Without a whole lot of thought to it, get a little color on a baby wipe. And go in and color something that fast. And I love how they blend. I do. And I love how they don't cross-contaminate. So I took a little bit of the blue and a little bit of the purple. Pretty, isn't it? So you've got that beautiful blended effect. Little bit of blue, little bit of purple. Now all you got to do is cut it out and put it onto your card sentiment or your card. So the gelatos are very user-friendly. And then you can also use them on black paper. Black paper, yes. Let's see, where's my stamp? I'm not going to lose my stamp like I lost my blue sample last week. So I've got my stamp set again. Gelatos come in metallics. Now the metallics look great on white, but they look great on black too. There is the champagne metallic and the silver metallic. Some of the colors I was using, I think this is a metallic, a melon metallic. They're just beautiful and you're going to use them the same way. I'm going to get my stamp. I'm going to get it all crayoned up with my gelato. And then I am going to mist it with my mini mister. Little bit of mist. And stamp away. No chest compressions. And I have got a shimmer and sheen. Got it on this side too, my shimmer and sheen. These have dried. So when the one on the back side dries, it's going to dry beautiful. This is actually white. This is the white gelato. People were like, what do you use the white gelato for? Well, on black paper, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful on black paper. And I'm just gonna get it all done. I'm gonna mist it. Just a little mist. Put it down. And that's what you get. Now this was the deep blue. I wanted to show you that the color ones don't necessarily work on black, but the white, the silver, the champagne look beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's hard to find inks and stuff that stamp on black very nicely. So yes, you can use them on the blacks. Here I've got the gold. Let's take a little bit of green because that fern is green. Just gonna put a little bit of green right there. Take one of my wet wipes and just go in and do that fern. Gosh, I don't know what other colors I like. Huh. I've used the purple, I've used the blue, I used the yellow. I guess I've used, well, I haven't used the red, but I don't have one here in front of me. So we'll make this one yellow. Doesn't matter what color the resist is. And again, you can take your own stamps. Stamp them with Versamark, throw your embossing powder down, whether it be gold, silver, white, purple, whatever, and then you can go over it with the gelato because that embossing powder is going to make a resist, which is exactly what this is. This is just resist for, I don't want to say dummies, but resist for those of us who don't necessarily want to take the time to do it every time. The card packs are wonderful for that, and there's so many different styles. So, that's it. What have we gone over for today? This was an easy peasy mac and cheesy YouTube. We talked about stamping with gelatos and about how you can use the blends or you can keep them, the colors separate in stamping with the gelatos and how really they are meant to be blended, but you don't have to if you don't want to. We've talked about how they will go over some of the colors, the white and the metallics will go on black beautifully, but the other colors, this is the blue, not so much. We've talked about how you can go ahead and color your flowers. Almost anything you can watercolor, you can use the gelatos for because they react with water, but they're clean, they're easy to use, there's no mess. They're great for beginning crafters, they're great for experienced crafters because they're just user-friendly. I keep saying that, but they really are. They make it possible for you to let your creativity come out because there's so much that can be done with them. And then we've talked about using them with the hot off the press Color Me cards. Now hot off the press also has Color Me paper, 12 by 12 paper. But we really like the cards because of so much you can do with them. And I'm going to show you samples. Look at this one with the cogs and the wheels. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's just waiting for one of those sentiments. It's just waiting for you to finish one of those sentiments, cut it out and pop it in the middle. Look at that. So let me get some samples and show you. I've got lots of samples. Here we go. This one we went ahead and we used the paintbrush for. So you can see how we use the paintbrush with the gelatos to be very specific about where we put our color, and then we cut out the frame of it and mounted it onto a card. So this one we used a paintbrush for. Here we just went willy-nilly hog wild and just put it down and moved it with the handy or the baby wipe. This was one of the make and takes everybody did. And this was the other make and take. Again, we just put it down and took the baby wipe and moved it all over. Same thing. Now to get that orange, we mixed the pink and the yellow and it made that orange. So we didn't have to make the color, it made the color for us. Again, these are all hot off the press Color Me card toppers. Look at how easy they are to make a beautiful card. We just cut it out, mat it on our card base, and we're good to go. And here we took the baby wipe and put the color to the baby wipe and then went in and blended. So if I wanted to add a little more color to this one, how would I do that? It's all dry. Just I can either go straight to it, or I could go right onto my baby wipe, go in there, and I could darken this color up. I did it just right down the middle of the feather. I just darkened that color up. So you can layer the colors to get them to the intensity that you want them. And that's all I did. Isn't that awesome? I love it when something looks so good and it's so simple. And here, another one that we painted. We took the paintbrush and we were specific where we painted, which doesn't take much time at all, very fast. And then last, one of the chalkboard greetings that I've been showing you. Now we also have layouts, because we've been trying to do layouts for you. Here is a layout using the card topper, using another one of the card toppers where we just cut out the sentiment of it and made a layout. And it's also used up here, the sentiment. This one we didn't color in at all. We left that one just white. But there is a layout using the card toppers and the gelatos. Cute, huh? Nice page. And Mary Lynn got it done in an hour and a half. Woo! And then the second page she did for you is absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Look at how fabulous that acts as an embellishment to your page. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. All done with the card toppers and the gelatos. I tell you, when something's so easy, it just, I think, can it really be true that it's that easy to do? But they were that easy to do. When I finally had the opportunity to play with them and I could just put the color exactly where I wanted it and I could mix it and I could match it, I was like, shut the front door, this can't be that simple. And it really was just that simple. Okay, so what do we have on a YouTube Yummy for you? Well, let me show you some of the other Kaiser Craft stamps, because we're gonna put the Kaiser Craft stamps back on a YouTube Yummy because they were so popular and people were asking for us to put them back on sale. So they're between $2.99 and $3.99. They're called their texture stamps because you make the most beautiful backgrounds with it without having to have a full-size background stamp. You just stamp it 3 or 4 times and you've got the beauty of a large background stamp without the cost. I love the dictionary words. Dictionary words were just fabulous. And this is a vintage fence. So the high and low of a vintage fence. You have the alphabet. I've been using the diamond one. I want to say there's 25 or 30 different ones now. And I know Script is still on back order. So if you order Script, no, it is still on back order. But the rest of them, I think, are pretty much here. So those are going to be on a YouTube Yummy. Let me show you some of the card toppers that are going to be on a YouTube Yummy. And let me pull out some of the new ones. Here, this one is a new one that came out for CHA. And on the back, you can just turn it over. You can see you're going to get 2 of this card, 2 of this card, 2 of this one, and 2 sentiments. All for $4.99 less 15%. Here is the clock, and we use the clock on that layout. We use this pack for this layout. And again, you turn it over, you're going to get 2, 2, 2, and the sentiment. They have the chalkboard greetings, which I've been using. Again, turn it over, 2, 2, 2, and the sentiment. And they're all going to be 15% off. And then they just have a host of others. We have some more new ones, but they've got a host of others, and we will have them all online, all on sale for you. And of course, we'll have the gelatos. Yes, there'll be a I want it all because that makes it easier. And really, if you're out there looking for these, try and buy the double scoops if you can, as opposed to the original gelatos. They're just so much bigger. You get so much more product for hardly any more money. And then when they're on sale, of course, it's almost like getting the same, because these are going to be on sale. We're not even going to bring in the single scoops because they're just too small. So I believe they're $4.95 and they'll be 15% off, and you can't go wrong with them. They just make a great addition to your arsenal. All right, I'm gonna scroll on up and I'm gonna say, hey everybody, it's me, Stacy, and that was a super fun mini class. I had so much fun doing that one, and when we did the make and take, it was like watching people going, no way, and it was like, yes, way, and they're like, with a wet wipe, I'm like, yes, trust me. We had the best time. People got so into mixing the colors and painting. It was really fun. So I hope you have fun with it too. And where are you going to get all of these great products? You're going to get them at our online store, or come in the store and come visit us. Now, if you want to shop online, you go to the domain shop@sms.com. So the word shop, the word at, sms.com. shop@sms.com, and you will see a big link there. It will say YouTube Yummies. You click that and it will take you and show you all the products and what's on sale. All right, I think that's it for me today. I had a great time. Love hot off the press. Love Faber-Castell. Faber-Castell and their gelatos, just amazing. We had a great time with them, and thank you for all of your support, Faber-Castell and hot off the press. Now, don't forget to post your comment because you want to win, right? Go post it now, and I'll see you in about 10 days. All right, everybody. Bye.